My precious child, this is your Jesus speaking directly to your heart right now. Feel my presence as I wrap my scarred hands around your weary soul. These words flow from the depths of my divine heart straight into the hidden chambers of your being, where no one else has access but me. I have crossed the boundaries of heaven itself to reach you in this moment. I weep with overwhelming love as I look upon your face. Yes, I weep for you. The same tears that fell in the Garden of Gethsemane fall now for your struggles, your pain, your silent suffering that you've kept hidden from the world. Every tear you've shed has touched my heart, each one precious to me, collected in my bottle of remembrance. When the nails pierced my hands on Calvary, it was your name that gave me strength to endure. When the crown of thorns cut into my brow, it was your face I saw before me. When I cried out, "It is finished," it was your freedom I proclaimed. The blood that flowed from my wounds carried your name within each drop. The very breath that left my body whispered your name as a sacred prayer. Remember the day when abandonment cut through your heart like a sword. I felt that pain with you. I, who was forsaken on the cross, know intimately the agony of feeling utterly alone. My heart shattered alongside yours in that moment, my tears mingling with yours, though you could not see them. I held you then, though you may not have felt my embrace. My child, the depth of my love for you cannot be measured by human understanding. It transcends the boundaries of time and space, reaching across eternity to find you exactly where you are. Before I formed the mountains, before I spread the stars across the night sky, I knew you. I chose you. I set my affection upon you with a love so vast that oceans are merely droplets in comparison. Those nights when you've cried yourself to sleep, believing no one heard your prayers, I was there, counting each tear, feeling each sob as though it came from my own chest. When despair wrapped around you like a shroud, and you couldn't find the strength to pray, my spirit was interceding for you with groans too deep for words. Not one moment of your pain has gone unnoticed by my watchful eye. Your broken dreams are cradled in my hands. Those shattered hopes that you've been afraid to speak aloud, I gather each fragment with tender care, preserving them until the perfect moment when I will restore them, in ways more beautiful than you could imagine. Nothing entrusted to me is ever truly lost. When shame whispers that you are beyond redemption, when guilt tells you that you've strayed too far from my love, my heart breaks at the lie that keeps you from running into my waiting arms. There is no sin so great that my blood cannot cleanse, no failure so complete that my grace cannot restore. The nails that pierced my flesh have already paid the price for every mistake you have made or ever will make. I see the battle raging within you, the constant struggle between faith and doubt, between hope and despair. Oh, how I long to quiet those storms with my whispered peace. When the tempest of anxiety sweeps through your mind and fear threatens to drown you, remember how I calmed the raging sea with just a word. That same power is available to you now, this very moment, as I reach across time to touch your troubled heart. The world has told you that you must earn love, that you must prove your worth through perfection or achievement. My child, this breaks my heart. My love for you has never been based on your performance. I loved you before you took your first breath. I will love you beyond your last. My love is not a reward for your goodness. It is the unshakable foundation upon which your entire existence rests. When you feel insignificant, forgotten in the vastness of humanity, remember that I would have endured the cross if you had been the only one who needed redemption. My love is not divided among the masses. It is fully, completely, eternally yours, as though you were the only soul I ever created. Carry that no one else can see, the childhood hurts that still ache, the betrayals that left invisible scars, the losses that carved hollows in your soul. My compassion flows endlessly for you. Let me touch those wounded places with my healing love. The same hands that were pierced for you now reach out to restore what has been broken. The tears you've cried in secret have not gone unnoticed. Each one is sacred to me. I've counted them all, stored them as precious treasures. Your suffering is not meaningless. It is being transformed even now into something beautiful beyond imagination. The very places where pain has cut deepest will become channels through which my comfort flows to others. My beloved, when you stand before the mirror and criticism fills your mind, my heart breaks with tender sorrow. If only you could see what I see when I look at you. Perfection clothed in flesh and blood, my divine image reflected in your eyes. Your perceived flaws are beautiful to me. The very things you wish to change are often the aspects of yourself I cherish most deeply. I long for you to hear my voice above the clamor of the world, above the noise of your own thoughts. Listen closely, beloved. Feel the beating of my heart for you. My love surrounds you like a fortress, yet gentle as a whisper. Every moment of every day, my thoughts are constantly upon you. If you could count the times I think of you, they would outnumber the stars in the sky, the sand on the seashore. When darkness surrounds you and faith feels like a distant memory, when prayers seem to bounce off an empty sky, know this: I am never closer than in those moments of deepest doubt. My hand is still holding yours, even when you cannot feel it. My love remains steadfast, even when you cannot perceive it. Not one prayer goes unheard. Not one tear falls unseen. My child, I have walked every path of suffering before you, the garden of anguish, the road of rejection, the hill of sacrifice. I know them all. There is no pain you can experience that I have not already endured. Let this truth comfort you. You never walk alone in your suffering. My footprints are already there, guiding you through the darkest valleys into the light of resurrection morning. The love I have for you transcends human understanding. It is higher than the highest heights, deeper than the deepest ocean. It cannot be measured or contained. It flows from my heart to yours in an unending stream of grace. Rest in this love. Let it heal the broken places. Let it restore what has been lost. Let it redefine who you believe yourself to be. I am here with you now, my beloved one, not as a distant deity observing from afar, but as close as your very breath. My arms encircle you. My peace envelops you. My love sustains you. You are mine, and I am yours, now and through all eternity. Nothing can ever separate you from my love. Not life, not death, not angels, not demons, not your past, not your future. You are eternally, completely, and perfectly loved by me. My precious one, listen as my voice continues to speak life into the depths of your weary soul. Every setback you've faced, every obstacle in your path, none of these can derail the beautiful plans I've lovingly crafted for you. When tears have streamed down your face and doubt has clouded your vision, I've been collecting every moment, weaving them into the tapestry of your purpose. Your purpose isn't found in grand achievements that the world celebrates. No, your purpose flows from something far more profound, more eternal. Your purpose shimmers in the gentle words you speak to someone in pain, glows in the understanding smile you offer a struggling stranger, radiates through your hands as they reach out to someone who feels forgotten. You carry my heartbeat within you. With every act of compassion, every moment of forgiveness, every choice to love, despite the cost. You become my hands and feet in a broken world desperate for authentic love. I weep with joy when I see you stand as a beacon of hope in places darkened by despair, when your life becomes a testament to my redeeming love. You are my beloved ambassador, carrying the fragrance of heaven into rooms filled with the stale air of hopelessness. The light within you, my light, cannot be extinguished by any darkness you encounter. Hold your head high, precious child. Your shoulders may feel too weak for the calling, your heart too wounded for the journey, but I am the strength surging through your veins before your own strength. My footprints marking the way through the wilderness. Each step you take is into ground I've already consecrated with my presence. Oh, if you could see the tears that fill my eyes as I watch you strive so desperately to earn what I've already freely given. The exhaustion etched across your face breaks my heart. Stop striving, beloved. Be still and know that I am your God, your Father, your unfailing love. You don't need to earn what was purchased with my blood, sealed with my resurrection. Let this truth wash over you like healing waters. My love for you has never been tied to your performance. The world has taught you to measure your worth by achievements, by the approval in others' eyes, by the check marks on endless lists. But my economy of love operates on entirely different principles. I loved you into existence before time began. I cherish you not for what your hands produce, but simply because you are mine. When you were forming in your mother's womb, my tears of joy fell as I wove together every intricate detail of your being. I loved you then, before you had accomplished anything, before you had earned a single accolade. And I will love you with that same fierce tenderness until the end of time and beyond. On your brightest days when victory comes easily, my heart delights in your joy. But in your darkest moments when you feel you failed completely, that is when my love burns most fiercely for you. There is nothing you could ever do that would make me love you less. No failure so complete, no sin so grievous that my love cannot reach you there. My love isn't diminished by your mistakes. It's magnified in your need. I see the shame that whispers poisonous lies into your heart that makes you want to hide your face from me. Those voices are not mine. My voice speaks restoration, redemption, and complete acceptance. You are not defined by your worst moments or your deepest regrets. You are defined by my love that has claimed you as my own. My grace isn't a thin veneer that barely covers your flaws. It's an ocean of mercy in which your sins disappear into immeasurable depths. Each morning, my compassions are new. Each moment offers fresh mercy. You need not carry the crushing weight of guilt or fear rejection's sting, for I have already embraced you fully, knowing everything about you. Think of my love as the most precious gift, wrapped not in paper that tears, but in everlasting faithfulness. You cannot earn it. You can only receive it with open hands and an open heart. And as you receive, watch how the chains of striving fall away, how the exhaustion of trying to be enough melts in the warmth of knowing you are already enough in my eyes. When you stand before others who measure and compare, remember you stand complete in my love. Their approval or disapproval cannot add to or subtract from your infinite worth. You bear my image, carry my name, and hold my heart. What greater value could you possibly need? My beloved, I see every burden that bends your shoulders and every battle that steals your sleep. The tears you've cried in midnight hours have not fallen unnoticed. Each one is precious to me, collected in my bottle of remembrance. I am especially near to you when your heart is breaking. The trials that have threatened to overcome you were never meant to destroy you. They are the refiner's fire, revealing the pure gold of your spirit forged in adversity. When life has knocked you to your knees, I've knelt beside you in the dust, my tears mingling with yours. And it is there in those lowest places that my strength flows most powerfully through your weakness. The resilience blooming within you through every hardship is my divine gift, a testimony to my sustaining grace. Like a master sculptor, I use even the painful chisel of suffering to reveal the masterpiece I've envisioned you to be from the beginning. Nothing, not one tear, not one struggle, is wasted in my economy of redemption. When the storm winds howl and waves crash against your fragile bark, remember I am not merely watching from distant shores, I am in the boat with you. The same hands that calmed the Galilean tempest are holding yours now. My peace is available to you even in the fiercest gales of adversity. You wonder sometimes if breakthrough will ever come, if healing will ever be complete. Trust my timing, beloved. I see the beginning from the end. What appears as delay from your perspective is perfect preparation from mine. Every moment of faithful endurance is being woven into a tapestry of blessing you choose to rise after falling. Every time hope flickers to life again in your heart after despair threatened to extinguish it. Your courage moves me deeply. Even when your steps are small and trembling, I rejoice in your perseverance. Greater things await you, blessings that will make sense of the struggles, joy that will outweigh the sorrows. Please don't turn away now, my precious one. My heart yearns to pour out more life-giving truth into your thirsty spirit. Each word I speak is infused with power to transform your darkness into light, your mourning into dancing. Stay with me in this sacred space where heaven touches earth through the communion of our hearts. Understand this, beloved. My grace suffuses every molecule of your existence. When inadequacy whispers that you're not enough, my grace shouts louder that I am more than enough for both of us. Your weaknesses do not repel me. They attract my strength. Your brokenness does not disgust me. It invites my healing touch. Those moments when you failed, when hasty words left your lips, when temptation overcame your resistance, when fear paralyzed your steps, I was there, not with condemnation, but with compassion beyond measure. Your mistakes may feel like defining moments, but I see them as opportunities for my grace to shine even more brilliantly through the cracks of your humanity. My mercy greets you with each sunrise, fresh and boundless as morning dew on thirsty ground. You need never earn your way back into my favor. You have never left it. My love holds you secure even when your grip on me weakens. My forgiveness reaches you before your confession forms on your lips. Such is the extravagance of my grace toward you. I see every effort you make to follow me, every silent prayer offered in faith, every act of obedience that costs you dearly. Nothing escapes my loving gaze. I understand your struggles from the inside out, for I too was tempted in every way. Your humanity doesn't separate you from me. It connects us in profound ways. When the world feels cold and indifferent to your pain, remember that my heart breaks with yours. When others fail to understand the depth of your struggle, remember that I know every detail intimately. When you feel too weak to take another step, Remember that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. You are never too broken for my healing touch, never too lost for my seeking heart, never too sinful for my purifying love. My arms remain open, my heart ever tender toward you. Come to me with your weariness, and I will give you rest. Come with your brokenness, and I will make you whole. Come with your sin, and I will cleanse you completely. I am not finished with you yet, my beautiful child. The work I began in you will continue until it reaches glorious completion. Trust me with the unfinished chapters of your story. Where you see only fragments and failures, I see a masterpiece in progress. My love for you is eternal, unchanging, and unfathomably deep. Rest in this truth as you journey forward, always held secure in the embrace of my everlasting arms. My treasured one, come closer as I whisper this tender truth to your weary soul. I never expected perfection from you. The world may demand flawlessness, but my love thrives in your beautiful imperfection. What I desire most is not your achievement, but your heart, open, vulnerable, and trusting in my unfailing embrace. When you stumble and fall, and you will, my beloved, for this journey is filled with uneven ground, please don't hide your face from me in shame. In those moments, draw nearer still. It's in your brokenness that my love shines most brilliantly, my forgiveness flows most freely. Picture a small child learning those first uncertain steps. They toddle forward wavering, then tumble to the ground. Does a loving parent scold or turn away disappointed? No. With tears of tenderness, they reach out eager hands, their face alight with encouragement, their arms ready to catch and steady. This is my heart towards you, magnified beyond measure. Each time you fall, my arms extend even faster. My heart moves toward you with even greater compassion. Your weaknesses, those places you try to hide from others, and sometimes even from yourself, they are not barriers keeping my love at bay. Rather, they are sacred invitations for my divine strength to flow through the cracks of your humanity. It is precisely in these broken places that my power manifests most perfectly. When you feel weakest, I am strongest within you. Your limitations become the very spaces where my unlimited grace until you've fixed yourself. But I whisper back, come with your brokenness still fresh, your tears still wet upon your face. Bring me your doubts that keep you awake at night, your fears that paralyze your steps, your failures that make you question your worth. I am waiting to carry these burdens that were never meant for your shoulders alone. In the moments when disappointment in yourself threatens to drown you, look into my eyes, see the pride that shimmers there, not for what you've accomplished, but for who you are becoming. I see every effort, every silent struggle, every time you choose to rise again despite the pain. These moments of perseverance move me to tears of joy. You are growing, learning, transforming, and I am with you through every step of this sacred journey. My precious child, there's something that might astonish your doubtful heart. You are a beacon of light in places darker than you realize. Even when you feel diminished, when your spirit feels too weary to shine, your life casts illumination that guides others toward hope. The light within you, my light, continues to radiate through your smallest actions, your gentlest words. I witness every moment when kindness cost you something, when you extend compassion though your own heart is breaking, when you offer encouragement, though discouragement weighs upon your own spirit. These sacred acts of love may seem insignificant to you, mere droplets in an ocean of need. But watch how a single drop of water creates ripples that extend far beyond its size. This is how your love transforms the world around you, one heart at a time. There are seasons when darkness seems to swallow your efforts, when goodness appears futile against the shadows that stretch across this broken world. In those moments of doubt, remember this eternal truth. Nothing done in love is ever wasted. Not one kind word, not one sacrificial act, not one prayer whispered in faith. Each is a seed planted in secret, watered by my spirit that will bear fruit in its perfect season. Consider the humble candle in a vast, darkened room. Its flame may seem insignificant against the pressing blackness, yet it transforms everything. Shadows retreat. Paths become visible. Fear subsides in its gentle glow. This is you, my beloved, a carrier of divine light in spaces where darkness has reigned too long. Your presence brings clarity where confusion has clouded vision, warmth where hearts have grown cold, hope where despair has taken root. When discouragement whispers that your light is too small to matter, remember that you are connected to me, the eternal source of all light. As you remain close to my heart, your flame will never be extinguished. It will grow stronger, reaching further, illuminating not just your own path, but becoming a lighthouse for souls lost in storms of confusion and pain. Keep shining, my beautiful child, even through your tears, especially through your tears. For it is often in our most broken moments that light finds the deepest cracks through which to shine. Your willingness to remain luminous despite your pain reflects my glory in ways that perfect lives never could. I see you, and my heart swells with tender pride at the difference your flickering light makes in this shadowed world. In the cacophony of voices competing for your attention, in the whirlwind of demands pulling you in countless directions, there is something crucial you must understand. Your connection with me is your lifeline. It is the unbreakable cord that will anchor you when storms threaten to carry you away, the wellspring that will nourish you when drought parches your spirit. I never designed you to navigate this complex journey alone. From the very beginning, my intention was partnership, your hand in mine, your heart synced with my heartbeat, your steps guided by my wisdom. The sacred moments we share in quiet communion are precious beyond measure to me. When you pause amidst life's chaos to seek my face, to listen for my whisper, I am already there, waiting with arms open wide. You need not come to me with eloquent prayers or a life neatly arranged. I long for you to come exactly as you are, disheveled, uncertain, wounded, real. I already see every chamber of your heart, every thought that crosses your mind. Nothing you could confess would surprise me, and nothing you could reveal would diminish my love. It is in this raw authenticity that our deepest illuminating paths through trackless wilderness, bringing clarity where confusion reigns. As you immerse yourself in my promises, you'll discover direction for bewildering decisions, balm for festering wounds, wisdom for impossible dilemmas. Let my truth become the lens through which you view every circumstance, every relationship, every choice. The deeper you root yourself in my word, the less you'll be shaken by life's inevitable earthquakes. Yet our relationship transcends what you do. It's centered in who you are becoming, in the tender orientation of your heart toward mine. I'm inviting you to a posture of radical trust, of complete dependence, of surrendering the crushing weight of your worries into my capable hands. When uncertainty looms like gathering storm clouds, remember this truth. You don't need to have the answers. I do, and I will reveal them in perfect time, in perfect measure. When you draw near to me, I rush toward you with joy that defies description. In my presence, your restless soul finds its true home. Your fragmented heart discovers wholeness. Together we can face anything that comes. No trial too devastating, no enemy too powerful, no mountain too insurmountable. I am your fortress when danger threatens, your strength when weakness overtakes you, your constant companion when loneliness whispers lies about your worth. Stay close, my treasured one. Let my voice be the one that penetrates the noise, that silences the accusations, that speaks identity over your confused heart. I am with you, not as distant deity, but as loving father, as faithful friend, as constant advocate. Every moment we share weaves our hearts more tightly together, creating a bond that neither death nor life, neither the present nor the future, can ever sever. Amid life's constantly shifting landscape, let me remind you of this unshakable foundation. My promises stand eternal, unmoved by circumstance, unchanged by time. While human words often dissolve into empty air, my promises are carved into the bedrock of existence itself. Each one is guaranteed by my unchanging character, by my perfect faithfulness that has never faltered through all of history. I understand how doubt creeps in like evening shadows, lengthening as light seems to fade. In your most vulnerable moments, you wonder if I've overlooked your struggle, if I've forgotten my promises to you. You question whether I'll come through in the way you've hoped, on the timeline you've envisioned. Beloved, hear the passionate beating of my heart. I am the God who keeps covenant. My timing may mystify you, but it is never late. It is always perfectly aligned with purposes your limited perspective cannot yet comprehend. Consider who I am, the same God whose voice brought galaxies spinning into existence, whose power parted impossible waters for my people, whose faithfulness made paths through impassable wilderness. This same unlimited power, this same unwavering faithfulness, watches over your life with tender attention to every detail. I have not forgotten you. I could never forget you. Your name is engraved on the palms of my hands, your image continually before me. My promises are not distant, faded words on ancient pages. They are living, active declarations of my passionate commitment to you. They breathe with my very life, pulsing with power that can transform your darkest night into brilliant dawn. When obstacles rise like mountains before you, and the way forward disappears in fog, hold tightly to what I have spoken. Let my promises illuminate your next step when the path ahead seems shrouded. I have promised my constant presence, and I am here even when you cannot sense me. I have promised hope and a future crafted in love, and I am weaving that tapestry even now with threads you cannot yet see. I have promised that every broken piece, every painful chapter will ultimately work together for beautiful purpose, and my hands are already molding redemption from what seems like meaningless suffering. Trusting my promises doesn't guarantee freedom from storms, but it provides an immovable anchor when waves crash against your fragile vessel. You can rest in the absolute certainty that my word never returns void. If I have spoken it, all of heaven stands ready to fulfill it. Nothing in all creation can prevent my promises from finding their target in your life. Release the heavy burden of doubt that bends your shoulders and exhausts your spirit. Plant your feet firmly on the bedrock of my unchanging truth. Keep believing when circumstances scream otherwise. Keep hoping when delay tempts you to despair. Keep trusting when the visible contradicts what I've promised. I am faithful beyond your wildest imagination, and I will fulfill every promise of life press upon you. Anxiety about today's insurmountable challenges, fear of tomorrow's uncertain terrain, pain from yesterday's unhealed wounds. These weights were never meant for your shoulders alone. In this moment, I extend a gift that no earthly treasure could equal, my supernatural peace. This peace I offer transcends mere absence of conflict or temporary emotional relief. It isn't the shallow calm that comes from avoiding problems or numbing pain. My peace runs river deep, mountain strong, eternally unshakable. It guards your heart and mind like a vigilant sentinel, even when chaos swirls around you, even when nothing makes sense to your limited understanding. When anxiety constricts your chest and steals your breath, when fear whispers catastrophic possibilities into your midnight thoughts, when the ground beneath you seems to tremble with uncertainty, my peace stands ready to flood your being. It doesn't always come as overwhelming emotion. Sometimes it arrives as quiet strength to take the next breath, courage to face the next moment, confidence that you are held secure even when everything else seems to be falling apart. This peace, my personal gift to you, flows from the unshakable truth that you are profoundly loved, that your life rests in hands that were pierced for you, that nothing can separate you from my care. It reminds you that you are never alone in your struggles, never unseen in your pain, never forgotten in your darkest valleys. Receive this peace now, beloved. Let it wash over you like gentle waves, soothing the raw places, calming the storm-tossed waters of your heart. Let it remind you that I am still sovereign, still good, still working all things together for beautiful purpose even when you cannot trace my hand. In a world that offers only counterfeit comfort and temporary solutions, my peace remains the truest sanctuary for your weary soul. My child, I am here for you. My beloved child, I see the weight upon your shoulders. Come to me now, bring every worry that burdens your heart. Lay them at my feet, for they were never yours to carry. Feel the exchange as I take your heaviness and offer my boundless peace in return. The world wasn't meant to rest upon your shoulders. That's my sacred duty. I am your refuge when storms rage, your strength when weakness overcomes you, your ever-present help when troubles surround you. Imagine yourself standing in the center of a violent storm, rain lashing and winds howling, yet feeling completely serene and protected. That tranquility exists not because the tempest has ceased, but because you are sheltered in my loving embrace. This is the peace I long to give you, not dependent on your ability to control life's chaos, but flowing from your decision to trust me through it. Release those what-ifs that plague your thoughts in the darkness of night. Surrender the anxieties that steal your sleep and drain your joy. When you allow my peace to fill the chambers of your heart, you'll discover strength beyond your understanding. You'll find unexpected joy blooming amidst your trials, and sweet rest in knowing I hold everything in my hands. I watch how desperately you try to manage life alone, your shoulders bent beneath burdens never meant for you. My heart aches as you struggle. Please, let me replace your exhausting striving with divine stillness, your consuming worry with childlike trust. My perfect peace awaits you. Will you finally open your hands and receive it? Don't turn away now. Don't close your heart to what I'm offering. I long to give you the deep peace your soul craves. Turning away would not only leave you burdened, but would pierce my heart with sorrow, for my deepest desire is to set you free from this prison of anxiety. I understand how overwhelming life's uncertainties feel. The future can appear as a vast unknown filled with potential disappointments. But hear me clearly. You need not fear tomorrow, for I already hold it securely in my hands. The path ahead may seem foggy and treacherous to you, but to me it is perfectly clear. I have walked before you, preparing every step, removing obstacles you cannot see. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but I offer you absolute certainty. My plans for you sparkle with goodness. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you hope and a beautiful future. Even when chaos swirls around you, rest assured my perfect plan unfolds exactly as it should. When worry attempts to steal your peace, remember who I am. I am the Creator who hung the stars in their places, yet I am also the one who counts the tears on your face and knows the number of hairs on your head. Nothing is too overwhelming for me to handle. Nothing too insignificant without fear. What mountains could you climb if you trusted me completely? You don't have to face tomorrow with trembling hands. You can walk boldly into the future knowing I am already there, preparing the way. Take a deep breath, my child. Release your fears to me. You were never designed to carry them. I am your fortress, your shelter in the storm, your unwavering strength. Tomorrow holds no terror because I already stand there waiting for you. You've been running so long, chasing dreams, carrying responsibilities, trying desperately to hold everything together. Listen closely. It's time to rest. Rest isn't weakness. It's my sacred gift to you. A gift that restores your soul and renews your depleted strength. Come to me when weariness overwhelms you. I will give you rest, not just for your tired body, but deep restoration for your heart and mind. I see how hard you push yourself, how endlessly you give, how often you exceed your limits. But I didn't create you for exhaustion. I created you to flourish in abundance. Remember creation's rhythm. Even I rested on the seventh day, not from need, but to show you the importance of sacred stillness. In rest, you'll find my presence most profoundly. There, you can release your striving and simply be. In that holy quietness, you'll discover clarity and perspective renewed. Let me carry what weighs you down. You don't need all the answers or solutions to every problem. I am here, arms open, ready to give your soul the rest it desperately craves. Stop running and come to me. My yoke is easy, my burden light. In my rest, you'll find everything needed to continue your journey, one gentle step at a time. My precious one, your weakness isn't a failure. It's the doorway through which my power flows most brilliantly. When you feel completely inadequate, when your strength falters, when you believe you have nothing left to give, that is precisely when I step forward. I never intended for you to face life's battles alone. I designed you to lean on me. Think of it this way. When you reach your lowest point, my grace rises highest. It fills every gap, lifting and empowering you beyond what you thought possible. Remember my servant Paul? Through countless trials, he discovered that in his greatest weakness, my grace shone most powerfully. I told him what I now tell you. My grace is sufficient, for my power reaches perfection in weakness. Your weaknesses aren't obstacles. They're sacred opportunities for me to reveal my glory. When you surrender your fragility to me, you'll discover strength you never knew existed, resilience flowing not from your efforts, but from my spirit working within you. You are infinitely stronger than you believe because I am your strength's true source. Don't let pride prevent you from seeking my help. Come to me with everything that burdens you, your fears, doubts, and struggles, and let me carry them. Together, nothing is impossible. Remember this truth. Your weakness isn't your story's end, it's where my greatest work begins. In your vulnerability, my power shines most brightly. Trust me to transform your weakest moments into your most magnificent triumphs. Let's pause and acknowledge how far you've come. Every step taken in faith, every challenge overcome, every small victory won. I see and celebrate them all. You might not recognize their significance, but I witness the beauty in each one. When you took that first difficult step toward forgiveness, when you chose love over bitterness, when you trusted me despite your fears, I treasured every moment. My beloved, I see you, I know you, and I love you with an everlasting love that will never falter, never fade, never fail. My precious child, do you know how my heart breaks when I see your tears falling in the darkness? Each one is precious to me. I collect them all, for they are sacred to me. When you feel that no one sees your silent suffering, know that I am there, counting every tear, feeling every ache of your wounded heart. There are moments, I know, when you feel utterly abandoned, when prayers seem to echo unanswered and heaven feels like brass. In those desolate hours I am closest to you, though your pain may blind you to my presence. I have not turned away. I could never forsake you. My hand is still outstretched even when you cannot feel it. Remember the footprints in the sand? During your most agonizing trials, when you see only one set of footprints, it is then that I carry you cradled against my heart like a precious lamb. Those darkest valleys are where my love shines most brilliantly. Your heart has been
the shadows
when betrayal has cut you to the core, when dreams have crumbled to dust in your hands. I weep with you. Your pain becomes my pain. There is not a single wound in your heart that my love cannot heal, not a broken place my hands cannot mend. I am the great physician who binds up the brokenhearted. Do you remember when I walked the dusty roads of Galilee? I touched lepers whom society had cast aside. I embraced the outcasts, the forgotten, the despised. My child, I would touch your wounds the same way, tenderly, lovingly, bringing wholeness where there has been brokenness. When shame whispers that you are unworthy of love, when your past mistakes haunt you like ghosts in the night, listen for my voice above the accusations. I declare you clean. I pronounce you forgiven. I call you beloved. No stain is too deep for my blood to wash away, no sin too great for my mercy to cover. What you see as irredeemable, I see as redeemed. Where you see failure, I see future glory. I know the deepest secrets of your heart, those thoughts you dare not voice, those desires you scarcely acknowledge even to yourself. Yet knowing everything, I love you completely. Nothing you have done or will ever do can separate you from my love. It is wider than the ocean, higher than the heavens, deeper than the deepest sea. When loneliness wraps around you like a cold shroud, feel my arms embracing you. When rejection cuts like a knife, remember that I chose you before time began. When confusion clouds your mind, I am your clarity. When fear paralyzes you, I am your courage. When grief overwhelms you, I am your comfort. My child, if you could see yourself through my eyes for just one moment, you would never doubt your worth again. I see beyond your flaws to the masterpiece I am creating. Each trial you endure is a stroke of the master's brush, fashioning something breathtakingly beautiful from what seems like chaos. I have loved you with an everlasting love. Before you drew your first breath, I knew your name. I knit you together in your mother's womb, crafting every intricate detail with divine precision. You are my poem, my song, my beloved creation. The stars burn less brightly to me than the light in your soul. When the burden seems too heavy, when weariness drags at your spirit, when the road stretches endlessly before you, come to me. Lay your exhausted head upon my chest and listen to my heartbeat. It beats with love for you. It always has. It always will. Remember the cross? Those nails pierced my flesh, but it was love for you that held me there. Your name was on my lips as I endured that agony. I would suffer it all again just for you. That is how precious you are to me. That is how far my love will go. I am not distant, watching from afar. I am Emmanuel, God with you. In your joy and in your sorrow, in your triumphs and in your failures, in your waking and in your sleeping, I am there, closer than your breath, nearer than your heartbeat. My child, you are never alone. Even when the world abandons you, even when loved ones fail you, even when your own strength gives out, I remain. My love is your anchor in the storm, your light in the darkness, your hope when all seems lost. Let my love wash over you like healing rain. Feel it seeping into every wounded place, every broken corner of your heart. Let it dissolve your fears, calm your anxieties, and bring peace to your troubled mind. Rest in my love. It is the safest place you will ever know. When you cannot pray, when words fail and groans are all you can offer, my spirit intercedes for you with sighs too deep for words. I understand the language of your tears. I hear the prayers your heart cannot express. Nothing is hidden from me, yet nothing makes me turn away. My beloved, my precious one, my treasure, open your heart to the fullness of my love. Let it transform you from the inside out. Let it heal what has been broken, restore what has been lost, redeem what seems beyond redemption. For I am making all things new, including you. Your story isn't finished. The painful chapters are not the final word. I am writing a masterpiece with your life, crafting beauty from ashes, bringing joy from mourning, creating purpose from pain. Trust me with the pen. Trust me with your heart. Trust me with your future. I who began a good work in you will carry it to completion. My promises never fail. My love never ends. My grace is always sufficient. You are mine and I am yours, now and for all eternity. Nothing can ever change that. Nothing can ever separate you from my love. Rest in that truth. Find your identity in that relationship. Draw your strength. You could only see the tears of joy that fill my eyes when I watch you choose kindness in the face of bitterness. My heart leaps within me each time you press forward through paralyzing fear, trusting my gentle guidance. These victories, the ones that seem so small and insignificant to you, they are monumental celebrations in heaven's courts. I treasure each one, storing them like precious jewels in the chambers of my heart. Life unfolds as a series of battles, and I witness how faithfully you fight them. Your shoulders sometimes slump with weariness, your eyes grow heavy with tears, but still, you rise. Still, you continue. My child, you may not always triumph in the ways you hoped, but every trembling step of faith you take causes my heart to overflow with tenderness and pride. You are so much stronger than you realize, braver than you believe, more resilient than you could ever imagine. I celebrate every fragile moment of growth, every quivering act of courage, every whispered decision to trust when doubts scream loudly in your ears. Remember my servant David? When he stood before Goliath, trembling yet determined, it wasn't physical strength or mighty weapons that brought victory. It was his unwavering faith in me, a faith that lives within you too. That same divine confidence flows through your veins, though sometimes buried beneath layers of fear and doubt. With me standing beside you, every crushing challenge becomes a doorway to triumph. Take a sacred moment now to reflect on victories already won, those moments when despair whispered, "You cannot continue," yet somehow, you did. Remember the paralyzing fear that commanded you to stop, yet with tears streaming you chose to move forward anyway. These aren't merely memories, they are holy milestones marking a life lived with courageous faith. Celebrate them, my child. Let them whisper reminders of my faithfulness and the strength I've carefully placed within your soul. You are never defined by moments of stumbling. You are eternally defined by your triumphs, and I am so tenderly proud of every single one. Listen with your heart to this truth that could shatter every chain. There is no mistake too grievous, no sin too profound, no failure too devastating for the ocean of my forgiveness. Whatever burdens crush your spirit, whatever guilt suffocates your hope, my grace reaches deeper still. Bring your broken pieces to me and watch as I transform them into something beautiful beyond imagination. My child, forgiveness isn't something you must earn through perfect behavior or endless penance. It is my most precious gift to you, flowing freely from the depths of my boundless love. When you confess your failures with a contrite heart, I am faithful and just to forgive completely, cleansing you from every stain until your soul shines with renewed hope. There is no condemnation for those who rest in my embrace. I hear the whispers of your doubting heart. How could I possibly be forgiven for that? But remember, the sacrifice of my Son was more than sufficient. His precious blood covers every transgression, past, present, and those yet to come. There is nothing in your life, nothing in your past, that my love cannot redeem and restore. I do not hold your sins against you like weapons. Instead, I offer the most precious gift, a new beginning bathed in mercy. Think of the prodigal son who wandered so far from home, squandering everything he'd been given in foolish pursuits. When he finally returned, broken and ashamed, his father didn't stand with arms crossed in judgment. No. With tears of joy streaming down his weathered face, he ran to embrace his child, to restore him to his rightful place in the family. That father's heart reflects my own toward you. No matter how far you've strayed, no matter what shameful paths you've walked, I stand watching the horizon with tears in my eyes, longing for your return. When you turn toward home, I don't walk. I run with arms outstretched, my heart pounding with anticipation of holding you close once more. So please, my beloved, stop carrying the crushing weight of guilt and shame that was never yours to bear. Bring it all to me. Let me exchange those heavy burdens for freedom that makes your spirit soar, peace that calms your restless heart, and joy that bubbles up from the deepest places of your being. You are not defined by mistakes of yesterday. You are defined by my everlasting love and the complete redemption I've provided. Forgiveness isn't merely about releasing the past. It's about embracing the vibrant life I've dreamed for you since before time began. Step into the fullness of my grace, knowing you stand completely redeemed, restored, and made whole again. You are free, my child, truly free. and my heart swells with tender pride at the courage it takes for you to walk in that freedom every day. I'm speaking to the deepest, most wounded places in your heart, calling you to live fully in the freedom and love I've poured out for you. It would break my heart if you turned away now, for what follows is meant to strengthen your weary spirit and remind you just how precious you are to me. Stay with me, for the most beautiful part of my message is yet to come. Let's pause together and reflect on something deeply personal that I long for you to understand. I am proud of you, not with distant approval or conditional acceptance, but with a profound, overwhelming pride that knows no bounds. I see your heart, every struggle, every effort, every step of your journey, and my pride in you overflows like a river that cannot be contained. You may not feel worthy of such tender pride. Perhaps you see only your failures, your shortcomings, the countless areas where growth still beckons. But I see the complete picture of who you are becoming. I witness the progress hidden beneath your doubts, the resilience shining through your tears, and the faith you've clung to with trembling hands during your darkest hours. You are the most beautiful reflection of my love, and that truth fills my heart with joy beyond expression. Every time you choose forgiveness when bitterness would be easier, my eyes fill with tears of pride. Each time you take a faltering step of faith while fear threatens to paralyze you, I celebrate your courage with all of heaven. And whenever you come to me with your doubts, your questions, your deepest fears, I treasure that sacred honesty and trust. Imagine a parent watching their beloved child learning to walk. The little one stumbles, falls, and rises again with determination shining in their eyes. With each wobbly step, the parent's heart nearly bursts with joy and encouragement. That's how I feel watching you navigate life's difficult path. Your journey was never meant to be about flawless performance. It's about progress born from persistent love. I see the exquisite beauty in every step you take, especially those taken through tears. When whispers of inadequacy plague your mind, when you wonder if you're doing enough or if you're enough, let me speak this truth directly to your heart. You are more than enough. My pride in you has never been based on perfect achievements or flawless victory. It is rooted eternally in who you are, my precious, irreplaceable child, whom I formed with tender care and deepest love. Walk forward with confidence even when your knees tremble, knowing you are seen completely, loved unconditionally, and celebrated continually by the one who created the universe yet counts your tears. I walk beside you through every valley, dance with you on every mountaintop, and carry you when your strength fails. My heart overflows with tender pride at the beautiful soul you are becoming. You are my masterpiece, my finest creation, and nothing in all of existence can diminish my love or my overwhelming pride in you. Life's journey often feels like wandering through uncharted wilderness, doesn't it? Paths twist unexpectedly, obstacles appear without warning, leaving you disoriented and afraid. But hear this truth that could transform your every step. You are never walking alone, and you are never truly in darkness. My word shines as a brilliant lamp illuminating your path, a guiding light when confusion clouds your mind and uncertainty grips your trembling heart. This isn't merely ancient text on fragile pages. It is alive with power, pulsing with divine wisdom, overflowing with promises meant specifically for you. Every word breathes with purpose. Every truth stands unshakable through time. When the world's voices shout contradictions and your own thoughts betray you with doubt, my word speaks clarity into your confusion and courage into your fear. In those moments when tears blur your vision and the path ahead seems lost in shadow, press my promises close to your heart. Let them whisper hope when despair threatens to overwhelm. Let them sing truth when lies assault your mind. Let them remind you of who you truly are and whose you are. When the world tries to define you by its broken standards, my beloved child, no matter how dark the valley, how fierce the battle, how crushing the disappointment, I am here, holding you with tender strength that will never let you go. The same hands that formed galaxies cradle your wounded heart with gentle care. The same voice that commanded oceans into existence speaks words of comfort to your troubled spirit. Trust me with your broken dreams, your unanswered questions, your deepest fears. I am working all things together for your good, weaving even your pain into a masterpiece of purpose and redemption. What appears tangled and torn from your limited perspective is being crafted into something precious to me that I collect each one, storing them like priceless diamonds. Your prayers, even those expressed only through wordless groans, reach my ears more clearly than the most eloquent poetry. Your heart's deepest longings matter profoundly to me, for I place them there with divine purpose. Never forget this truth. Before I formed the foundations of the earth, I dreamed of you. Your name is forever written on the palms of my hands. Your image is tattooed upon my heart. I would move heaven and earth to draw you closer to me. In fact, I already have. When doubts whisper that you've wandered too far for redemption, remember the lengths to which my love has already gone to find you. When shame suggests that your brokenness disqualifies you from my presence, remember that I am drawn most powerfully to broken hearts and contrite spirits. When fear insists that the future holds only pain, remember that I hold tomorrow in my hands and have promised you hope and a future. My precious child, look back at the journey we've already traveled together. Count the times I've been faithful when all seemed lost. Remember the mountains I've moved, the seas I've parted, the impossible situations I've transformed for you. Has my love ever failed you? Has my grace ever proven insufficient? Has my power ever fallen short? I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. The love that pursued you from your first breath remains unchanging and undiminished. The arms that have carried you through countless valleys remain strong and secure. The heart that has cherished your every moment remains tender toward your every need. Rest in this unshakable truth. You are mine and I am yours, now and through all eternity. Nothing can separate you from my love. Nothing can snatch you from my hand. Nothing can alter my purpose for your life or diminish my passion for your heart. You are loved beyond measure, treasured beyond price, valued beyond comprehension. Walk forward in that confidence, letting my perfect love cast out every fear. For I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind. My beloved, these words are not merely comforting sentiments. They are eternal truths upon which you can build your life. They are promises sealed with divine faithfulness. They are declarations of who you truly are, my cherished, chosen, deeply loved child. When the world tries to define you by your worst mistakes, remember I define you by my perfect love. When circumstances tempt you to believe you walk alone, remember I am closer than your very breath. When the enemy whispers that you are forgotten, remember you are engraved on the palms of my hands. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have called you by name. You are mine, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can ever change that. My precious, beloved child, with tears of love streaming from my eyes, I reach out to touch your heart in this moment. Can you feel my presence? Can you sense the trembling of my voice as I speak your name with such tender affection? Oh, how my heart aches with love for you, a love so vast and deep that it caused me to send my only son to die in your place. I have spoken these words to guide your weary steps through life's treacherous journey. Picture yourself walking through the darkest night, frightened and alone, with only a small flickering lamp clutched in your trembling hands. The lamp doesn't illuminate your entire path at once. It simply reveals enough for your next uncertain step. My child, this is how my word works in your beautiful life. It may not unveil every painful or joyful detail of what lies ahead, but I promise you with every fiber of my being it will always shine light precisely where you need it most. Trust me to guide you step by tender step, moment by precious moment. My hand is outstretched to you, waiting for you to grasp it with faith. Can you feel my fingers intertwined with yours? Can you sense the warmth of my palm against yours? I am here, child. I am here. There will be moments when the world's seductive voices grow deafeningly loud, tempting your vulnerable heart to wander from my loving path. In those moments of confusion and doubt, when tears stream down your face and you feel utterly alone, remember, when you anchor your breaking heart in my unchanging word, you'll find brilliant clarity amidst the suffocating noise. My precious commands are not heavy burdens to crush your spirit. They are the very breath of life itself. They offer freedom when you feel imprisoned, direction when you are lost in darkness. The more you immerse your thirsty soul in my truth, the brighter your once dim path will become, illuminated with hope that chases away the companion in lonely hours, a wellspring of comfort when your heart is shattered, a fountain of wisdom when confusion clouds your mind. Meditate on it until it saturates every corner of your being, shaping your thoughts and emotions, lighting your way through valleys of deepest shadow. When you align your weary steps with my eternal truth, you'll discover a peace that runs deeper than your pain, purpose that transcends your circumstances, and joy that cannot be shaken by life's fiercest storms. Walk forward with confidence, my treasured one, knowing that I am illuminating your path with the light of my undying love. You are never ever lost when you are guided by my word, never abandoned when you feel most alone. I will lead you by the hand to the abundant life I have lovingly planned for you since before the stars were born, a life overflowing with purpose, meaning, and the deepest kind of joy. Every single day with trembling hands, you have the sacred opportunity to plant seeds, precious seeds of faith that can move mountains, seeds of hope that bloom in the darkest winters, seeds of love that can heal the most broken hearts. These seeds may appear insignificant at first, fragile and easily crushed, but trust me with every beat of your heart. They hold within them the divine power to transform lives beyond anything you could imagine, including your own beautiful, irreplaceable life. Nothing, absolutely nothing, you do in faith is ever wasted in my kingdom. When you offer a kind word to someone drowning in sorrow, when you extend forgiveness though your own heart is bleeding, when you take a shaking step of faith despite your overwhelming doubts, you are planting sacred seeds that will grow in my perfect timing. My tears water these seeds alongside yours. You may not see the results immediately, and your heart may break with waiting, but I am the one who tenderly waters and lovingly nurtures each tiny seed you plant with trembling hands. Your acts of faith, even the smallest ones offered through tears, are never in vain because I am the Lord of the harvest, and I see every sacrifice you make. Consider the farmer who plants precious seeds in the dark soil, his back aching, his hands raw. He doesn't see the fruit immediately, but with tears in his eyes, he trusts the unseen process. He knows with certainty that miraculous growth is happening beneath the surface, invisible to human eyes, but gloriously real. That's what I'm asking of you, my beloved, to trust with your whole heart that the seeds you're planting with such care are taking deep root and will bear abundant fruit when the season is right. You may think your actions are too small to matter in this vast world, your voice too quiet to be heard above the noise. But let me whisper this truth into the depths of your soul. They matter more than you could possibly comprehend. Every heartfelt prayer you pray when you can barely find the words, every sacrifice you make when it costs you everything, every moment of faith you display, when doubts are screaming in your mind, it all matters profoundly. These precious seeds, watered with your tears, will grow into a legacy far more beautiful and far-reaching than your mind can imagine in this moment. Sometimes the soil feels hard as stone beneath your bleeding fingers, and the work feels thankless, leaving you exhausted and wondering if anything will ever change. But please, my treasured child, don't give up. Keep planting with trembling hands. Keep believing when faith seems foolish. I am working in ways your eyes cannot yet see, in places your mind cannot yet comprehend. The harvest will come in due time, bursting with color and life. You will reap with songs of joy if you do not surrender to despair. Trust me, my precious one, to take the seeds you plant with such love and multiply them beyond your wildest dreams. Your faith, even when it feels as tiny and fragile as a mustard seed, has the power to move the mountains that loom before you. Keep sowing in faith even through your tears, and let me tenderly care for the growth. There is a truth I want you to grasp and hold on to with every fiber of your being, a truth that should shake you to your core and comfort you in your darkest hours. I am with you, intimately, completely, eternally present, in every single moment of your journey. There's no step you take where I am not already there, no path you walk where I have not gone before you, no tear you cry that I do not catch and treasure. When you feel completely overwhelmed by the crushing weight of life, when you can barely draw your next breath, remember this with everything in you. You are never, ever alone. I am by your side when joy makes your heart soar, standing with you when sorrow threatens to drown you, and carrying you tenderly in your moments of greatest weakness when you cannot take another step. My presence is not conditional or fleeting like human love, unchanging and eternal as the stars. Think about how the wind moves unseen through the trees, yet you feel its gentle caress against your skin and see its effects all around you. That's how I am with you, my treasured one. Even when you cannot see me through your tears, even when you wonder in your darkest moments if I've abandoned you, I am closer to you than your very breath, counting every tear that falls from your eyes. I promised you with all my heart that I would never leave you nor forsake you, and my promises are unchanging as the mountains. You can rest your weary soul in the absolute assurance that I am always with you, my arms wrapped around you even now. When you face trials that make your knees buckle and your heart fail, lean into my presence like a child against their father's chest. When paralyzing fear tries to take hold of your mind, call out my name with trembling lips, and I will be there instantly. I will strengthen you when you have no strength left. I will comfort you when grief tears your heart in two. And I will whisper the truth again and again until it penetrates the walls you've built. You are mine, eternally and completely mine, and I will never ever abandon you, no matter how dark the night becomes. Let me be your constant companion, the one your heart turns to first in every season of life. Whether the road ahead is smooth or rocky, whether your cup overflows or runs dry, my unfailing presence will be your source of peace when your mind is in turmoil and strength when your body is weak. Walk forward in confidence, my beloved, knowing that you are never walking this journey alone. I am by your side, my hand holding yours, and I am so deeply, unutterably proud of how far you've come. My precious child, if you take nothing else from my heart to yours today, please take this. I am so proud of you. The kind of pride that brings tears to my eyes when I look at you. You are my beloved, cherished beyond measure, treasured above all creation. I see the beauty in every part of your journey, the triumphs and the failures, the joys and the sorrows, the faith and the doubts. Remember the truths we've shared in this sacred moment. You are seen completely, known intimately, and loved unconditionally. You don't have to carry life's crushing burdens alone until you break beneath them. You don't have to fear the future with a trembling heart. I am with you always, guiding your steps, strengthening your spirit, and celebrating every tiny victory with tears of joy. You don't have to be perfect for me to love you with my whole heart. I love you exactly as you are in this very moment. You don't have to have all the answers or accomplish everything at once. You simply need to trust me with childlike faith. Walk forward one step at a time, and allow my perfect love to fill every broken, empty place in your heart. I delight in you with singing. I rejoice over every small victory, every act of faith when believing was hard, and every step you take toward me. So as you go forward from this moment, carry these eternal truths deep in your heart. Let them transform the way you see yourself and the way you live each precious day. You are more than enough. You are deeply, passionately loved by the Creator of the universe, and I am so proud of you that it brings tears to my eyes. Now, my beloved one, take what you've received today and let it inspire you to shine your light even brighter in this dark world. Share this message with someone whose spirit is crushed, whose heart is breaking. Remind them with tears in your eyes that they too are loved and cherished by me beyond words. Together, let's fill this broken world with hope that defies despair, faith that moves mountains, and love that heals the deepest wounds. Go forth with confidence, my precious child. I'm always with you. My arms around you and my love for you will never, ever fail, not even for a moment. If these words have touched your heart and stirred your soul, please share this message with someone who desperately needs to hear that they are loved beyond measure. Press the like button with trembling fingers if you felt my presence as you read these words. Leave a heartfelt Amen in the comments as a testimony that you believe in my unfailing love. Subscribe to this channel with an open heart so that more messages of hope and love can reach you in your darkest moments when you need them most. Each subscription is like a candle lit in the darkness, spreading my light to others who are lost and alone. And if your heart is moved to help feed the hungry and clothe the poor, those precious children of mine who struggle each day just to survive, please click the Buy Me a Coffee link with a loving heart can fill an empty stomach, bring a smile to a tear-stained face, and show my love in tangible ways to those who have nothing. Remember, when you feed the least of these, you are feeding me. May my peace that passes all understanding guard your heart and mind, today and always. With eternal, unchanging love, your Heavenly Father, I love you, my son. Amen.